name is Magdalena, and I am a indie eyeshadow enthusiast from Canada, specifically the single eyeshadows. However, I have a bunch of palettes here that I am not using, and I am going to go through and declutter the vast majority of them. So if that's something you're interested in watching, stay tuned. Before I get into anything though, I do just really quickly want to say I'm having some trouble with my asthma right now, so I might be having a bit of deep breathing and some kind of hoarseness to my voice. I'm going to try and edit out some of that heavy breathing and whatnot, but I am sorry if I do a little bit of it. So as I go through this, I'm going to have 3 different categories. I'm going to have my I'm keeping category, which I don't want to have more than 10 palettes that I keep. My maybe category, which I'm going to keep around for a month or 2, see if I use, and then declutter. And then my completely getting rid of category, which will be the ones that I just immediately am getting rid of. There's also some that I may take specific shades from and then declutter. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, first things first, these Blend Bunny palettes are all keepers. The Dollhouse, this is my favorite, my most used palette. All done up. I just got this one. Haven't really gotten to use it too much yet, but I really like it. Lure, which was my first Blend Bunny palette. Very well used. And Blends, which I actually only just got and haven't gotten a good chance to play with yet, but really excited. Okay, so that is 4 that I'm keeping 100% for sure. Okay, next up, let's do the Norvinas. So this is Norvina Volume 1, which has been quite well used. I think I'm just going to get rid of this whole thing. It's in pretty rough shape. I don't know how salvageable anything from it would be anyways. Norvina Volume 3. This one's quite warm toned. So it does have some kind of brighter like neons, but I do have a decent collection of singles, and I'm not a super huge fan of those bright shades anyways. So I am going to get rid of this one and hopefully give it to someone who's really going to be able to use it. Next, this one is Norvina 2. Now this one does have a couple of shades that I would like to keep from it. So it's got some really nice shimmers, which I'll just do a quick little swatch for you. So you can see, like, those are quite nice layering shades. I do think I'm going to take those out of the palette, and then I'm actually going to put them in this one. And I'm going to take, this is Norvina 5, and I'm going to take out the glitter and maybe the more orangey shades to replace them with these ones right here. So that's a keeper. I have Norvina. I really did like this palette for quite a long time, but it's just not what I'm using anymore. So yeah, I'm going to be decluttering this one. So I have Riviera, Subculture, and Carli Bybel here. And I have taken out all of the shades from here and rearranged them. So for this Carli Bybel palette, this is the one I'm going to keep. These are all these really nice cool tones, and this is really nice for just like an everyday palette to have. But the rest of the shades that I've put in here, I will be decluttering. So these ones and all of these ones. They're pretty rough too, so I don't even know how salvageable they would be. This is embarrassing. So this is the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes. I haven't used this palette at all. I got it when it first launched. I had like a bunch of Sephora points and I used them for it. So at least I didn't spend a bunch of money on it, but I haven't used it at all. It does seem like it has very pretty sparkly shadows. But I mean, I have these. This one's nice though. I think this will go in my maybe. It's kind of embarrassing that I haven't used it. I would like to use it maybe once or twice. So put that in the maybe pile. All right, so let's go with Too Faced here. That's my jam. First off, this thing smells. It's like a fruity kind of smell. I don't like scented makeup, so it's not gonna work for me. I didn't know that when I got it. The shades actually, they're not too bad. They're not the highest quality, but they're not too bad. See, like those aren't terrible, right? They're not too bad. They're more sparkly, I think, than my camera's picking up. But yeah, I don't need this. I have better versions of those shades, so this is going. So here is the BH Cosmetics Blueberry Muffin palette. I used to have the avocado toast one. I did get rid of that one, but this one did have some more unique shades to my collection. I think I can dupe most of these shades, with maybe the exception of Decadent. It has a really unique undertone. The shimmers are really nice too. I think this will be a maybe. I don't know. It's nice. It's a maybe. It's a maybe. Okay. Natasha Denona Glam. I don't use this. I just don't use it. I used to love it. I don't use it anymore. Retro, however, I do use this one all the time. I love the cream to powder shades to kind of do a base for my everyday shades. The mattes are nice. The shimmers are nice. Yeah, I'm definitely going to use this one. So. Okay, let's do Beauty Bay. So the Midnight, I am going to probably take this shade right here and repan it because I do really like it and I would like a backup of it. Otherwise, this is going. Neutral, there's nothing really special about this palette for me, so I'm going to be getting rid of this one. However, the big neutral, so this kind of bottom area here, I do like some of these shades. So I think I am going to keep it in my maybe, but I suspect I'll probably just wind up depotting the few that I like, and then getting rid of the rest of it. Midnight. I really like this palette. But I have a lot of these shades. So I think I am going to put this in my maybe pile. But I really, really do like this one. Oh, I know what's next. Okay. Before I get into the next one, I just want to say I bought this before I knew who this person was. I was on the Beauty Bay site. It's when I picked up this one, I was looking for things to make more smoky eyes, and I saw this palette and I thought it would work really good. So I picked it up and I didn't know who the person was. I would not get it anymore. But yeah, just wanted to preface that. So this is the J-Star Cremated palette. Again, I didn't know, okay? I've been pretty ashamed about this palette because I felt like a total idiot for not really researching who I was buying from. I don't know anything about the beauty community. I didn't know anything about any of the people in it. So I have kept this for quite a while because I've been trying to dupe it out. I've done a pretty good job with that, and I think I finally got to the point where I can get rid of, if not every shade here, then the majority of shades. So I'm going to put this in my declutter, but I might wind up taking a couple of the shades here and saving them until I can find a good dupe for them. So yeah, this is decluttered. My mistake. So this is Huda Beauty, Rose Quartz. Oh, she's a little finicky. So I do really like this one. I think I am going to keep this one. Oh, there we go. I like this one for travel and things like that. Yeah, it's nice. I like it. I mean, these shades are really pretty. I like the kind of cooler undertones. Yeah, I like this one. Keeping. Mercury Retrograde. This is what I call the catfish palette. So is the new Nude palette. It did the similar thing to me. So this is very, very warm toned in real life. It's not even really showing up on the camera, that warm tone, but when you actually get the shades out of the palette, like out of the pans and put them on your eyes, they blend out so warm. So yeah, this just isn't worth keeping for me. So yeah, I'm going to be getting rid of this one. Naughty Nude. It's kind of the opposite, actually. It looks very warm toned, or at least it did to me, but it's more neutral. Still, I don't really use it very much. And it is, in the end, it is a little bit too more warm for me and a little too dark for me. So getting rid of that one. My other BH palette, I used to have this whole collection. I have repanned the mattes that I liked. I don't think I kept any of the shimmers, just the mattes of the other two, the 90s and the 80s. This one I did keep because I do like this color story, and it was kind of my go-to palette for a while. I really liked this kind of quad up here, the shade right here. These are actually quite pretty. Oh, let's not do that there. Let's do it here. They're kind of sheer, but they are quite nice. But, oh, this one. Let's do them all. They're all really pretty. Very gunmetal color. Really nice. So they are really nice. But yeah, I'm not going to keep it. I can dupe this palette out at this point. So it was great while I had it, but not really essential anymore. Okay, we have Tartelette or Tarte Full Bloom. So this smells. I don't like scented palettes. I don't like scented makeup. This one's not too bad. It's more of like a cocoa butter scent, but it's still pretty overpowering to me. I like this area over here. These ones I would never use. The quality actually isn't too bad, but it's not worth it for me. I have all of these colors and better formulas. So. Colourpop time. So I was a Colourpop collector before I really got into indie singles. So there's quite a bit here. I have decluttered a lot. So this is not Lilac You a Not. Lilac You a Lot, sorry. This is actually Flutter By, minus the glitters and glitter mattes. So I don't need this. I don't really use it. I'm going to get rid of it, but it did used to be my favorite. What is in Flutter By is actually a mixture of Lilac You a Lot and in a Trance, I believe. So I loved this for my bright colors, but I think I have all of these at this point in other formulas and in the 26mm pans that I like. So I do think I will be getting rid of these, but I do really like them. I really like my standard pan size. Making Mauves, and that's Taupe. I used to use these all the time. This one I'm going to keep in my maybe because I do like it. I really do like this shade especially, and it is pretty good for travel, so let me maybe. That's Taupe I'm going to get rid of. I have all of these already, and I have Super Shocks that are just like these, so kind of bad. Gone Matte. I think I'm going to get rid of this one. It does have a lot of similar shades to my Blend Bunnies. So maybe not as much in this one, but a little bit. But it does have a lot in common with Dollhouse, with the kind of purpley, and then like the brown and the gray. So I don't really need this one anymore, but it is a good palette. Mad About Hue. This one also, I think I'm going to wind up getting rid of because I have blends. That's my favorite rainbow palette. I don't think I really need this. I also have most rainbow shades in my singles. So again, really nice, but Aurora Struck. This one I'm keeping. Even if it wasn't very good, I'm keeping because I do have some sentimental attachment to it. But it is quite nice. There are some really nice shades in here. It's really pretty. And then this one's quite soft. I always have to be careful with it. But it is like really pretty. What else do I like from this one? I like this one. It's more of a satin, but it's nice. That one. Where's the... really like that one for a bright inner corner. So like there's a variety. These are much softer and more high impact, and these are more satin. But it's a nice palette. I like everything in it. So yeah, this is definitely sticking around, and it is sentimental. Next up we have Stone Cold Fox. This used to be my absolute everyday favorite palette, as I'm sure you can tell. And I do have sentimental attachment to it. Again, my partner gifted this to me, so I might wind up keeping it just for that, to be honest. But I may wind up just taking the shades that I like out of it specifically and then getting rid of the rest. And Smoke and Roses, if I were to do that, I would probably do the same thing where I take my favorite shades out and then maybe just make one palette out of both of these. But I got this at the same time as Stone Cold Fox from my partner, and I am sentimental to them. So I'm going to keep them, but I don't know if I'm going to really keep them with the rest of my makeup. I might just keep them kind of separate somewhere, you know, just as a sentimental thing to pull out, you know, whenever I need a little cheer up. So kind of keeping, kind of not. Okay, so that is my my decluttering. Shall we see if I was able to stick to my goals here? So for keeping, we have Blend Bunny Lure, Blend Bunny Blends, Blend Bunny All Done Up, Blend Bunny Dollhouse, ABH 5 plus, Natasha Denona Retro, one ABH palette, Rose Quartz, and Aurora Struck. So that is 9. We got it under 10. That's pretty good. These I am going to put aside for sentimental reasons, so I'm not counting them. For my maybes, I have the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes, Colourpop Making Mauves, BH Blueberry Muffin, Beauty Bay Neutral, and Beauty Bay Midnight 42. So that's only 5. That's pretty good. The big one, the ones I'm getting rid of, we have That's Taupe, Huda Beauty Naughty, Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde, Natasha Denona Retro, That's My Jam from Too Faced, a Norvina palette, another Norvina palette, sorry, ABH, not Norvina, goodness gracious, the Norvina palette from ABH, and Norvina from ABH 2 and 3, ABH Norvina 1, Matte About Hue, Gone Matte, various Colourpops, and another various Colourpop. This is basically Flutter By, so consider Flutter By. And then we have the Tartelette Full Bloom. Some stuff over here. The 2000s remix from BH. The Cremated palette, Neutral 16, and Midnight 16. So if I'm not mistaken, that's 20. Hey, look at me go. All right. So thank you for watching this. Again, kind of lo-fi, but I hope you liked it. I thought it might just be good for me to kind of, you know, put the pressure on by recording it. You know, I managed to whittle this down pretty good. So yay. Again, hope you enjoyed watching it, and hope you have a good night. Bye.